Ooh. Okay, cool. Alright, Mr. Josh. What's going on? What's going on? I've been singing that song. Like the last 30 minutes we've been singing that song, so that's stuck in my head.
We've been having fun.
Yeah. Let me see if I can blaze on through.
Go ahead.
Blaze?
Yeah, blaze. So did finish watching that anime, Mononoke.
Cool.
How was it?
It was really
How many
good.
episodes is it total?
Just 12.
Damn.
That's not bad.
12 episodes, and there's 5 story arcs within it. So
Really? That's kind of impressive.
Yeah, so some are like 2 or 3 episodes long.
What's the episode length? Like an hour?
Usual, like, kind of 30-ish minutes.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's real good. I guess they call them volumes for Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Volume
volume
2 of
Yeah.
season 1
Yeah.
of the 2021.
Yeah.
To be clear.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Because so many people I know, so many
Yeah.
people I know didn't know when I'm watching on my tablet at work, didn't know there's a new Unsolved Mysteries
Really?
series out.
Yeah.
That's like a huge
It's not really-
thing.
no, it's not really. It's not
No.
really been well
I mean, it
advertised. Not like
hasn't been
Tiger King or
marketed or
anything like that.
anything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, so a lot of people, when I say Unsolved Mysteries, they remember it, but they think I'm watching some old ass show, and
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this is all new.
Who's the host? Is it still Dennis
No,
Farina?
no.
There's no host now.
Why?
Right? It was
Yeah.
that older guy, then it was Dennis Farina, and then now it's
It was
no
Robin
one.
Stack and Dennis Farina.
They still have the theme song, kind of.
Oh.
Oh, there's
Kit Kat.
also almond joy.
Yeah, I'll take a
I have
Kit Kat.
snacks and beverages and libations. Thanks.
All right,
Yeah.
but what else, Mr. Josh? You've been watching Unsolved Mysteries. Anything specific? Oh no, thank you.
Oh, yeah, so watch that. You know, that was whatevs. Then on to some films. Watched Phantom of the Paradise.
Nice.
That was actually really good. I don't know.
When you watch all these, is this on Shudder or is it multiple formats?
Most of these were on Plex.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so Phantom of the Paradise was actually really awesome. Definitely recommend that to a lot of people. Freaking Paul Williams. So that was pretty neat. Suspiria.
OG?
What's that?
Actually, both, but I haven't finished the newer one.
I think OG's better.
It definitely gets to the point. Yeah, the remake, it's...
Interpretive text. The
Yeah. It's like, look at this. Plus, I'm watching it on Plex, which is really awkward if there's subtitles, because sometimes the files on there don't have them. So there's a lot of German. I don't fucking know what's going on. So, yeah, can't really say I care much for the remake. They were showing a live episode of Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. So, caught that. They're watching I think the first movie was Haunt.
Oh, was that the thing when you were like,
Yeah.
oh, they're doing something soon? It's now.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be...
Yeah, that's.
The upcoming
I just like that
weekend, yeah.
story though. That's such a fucking sitcom thing. It's just like,
Yeah, I was
oh,
like, oh,
yeah,
it's tonight.
I heard
Oh,
they're
fuck.
doing that. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. So Haunt was interesting. It's about a haunted house where they actually kill you in there. Yeah. Then after that, I think the movie was called Hack-A-Lantern. That one was a bit weird. I didn't
Nice.
catch.
I
That
like
sounds
that.
edgy.
But, yeah.
Sounds like a sci-fi original film.
I don't like it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
You're like, I wish.
Yeah.
Oof.
The original movie of The Witches with Angelica Houston.
Never seen it.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
The Witches of Eastwick?
No, just The Witches.
Just
Ah.
delicious.
When
Yeah.
John says horror movie he hasn't seen, I've known John for so long that I'm like,
I mean, I don't know if you particularly call it like a horror movie. It's definitely more for kids, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so little kid gets turned into a mouse and ends up like fighting witches.
I didn't know
with
that was
his
great.
grandma.
Nice.
Like beaches
Yeah.
with magic.
Yeah, sure.
No,
I didn't mean
not
to
at
do that.
all.
I did grab regular one.
People
Yeah.
who know what either of those movies are.
Yeah, and then an American Werewolf in London.
Sick.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
That's good.
Paris is okay, but London is definitely... Oh, the transformation scene. I showed my ex that.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I watched that. Not so much gaming wise. I've been, even though the DLC came out and I'm not even there, but I picked up Pokemon again.
Nice.
Hey,
Which
might as well
one?
get to the DLC.
Yeah,
Wait, which one?
Shield.
Ah.
The only one that matters right now. The new one.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The one
sure.
with the new content.
Yeah, no, I think more or less that was.
Content.
I think more or less that was kind of it.
Nice.
John?
Shit ton of work. Did get some gaming in. Finally beat Bendy.
Oh, cool.
Hmm.
Bendy and the Ink
Okay.
Machine and whatever the fuck.
It's a fun game.
That's a very cool stylistic game.
I like it.
I love it so much. It's such a good game. Super short.
Thank you.
What else? Wrote a song today. That was fun. Just cause.
Nice.
I mean, that's the best time to write a
just
song
threw that
is
out.
just because you don't
Yeah.
really want to have to be like, oh, there's this
I have to
mathematical
write the song.
fucking formula
Yeah.
and the sun's aligned, so I have to fucking do this shit.
I've been learning a lot more about theory and like what the circle of fists are, and like how to apply that, and it's just what the guy's telling me is
this
that...
is all interesting. I just need to use the restroom.
No, it is interesting, but it's like having not learned that and learned just to play, I guess, quote unquote, naturally. It's too refined and structured. I prefer to just go at it. What else? What else have I been doing? A shit ton of work. So much fucking work. Damn it, I'm tired. Had a 24-hour day. That was pretty intense and like completely without energy drinks. So that was pretty nice. But now I'm really exhausted. And then I'm gonna use that to segue to Mal.
I've been working like crazy. I did get to play. What did I play the other day? I was playing like Super Mario, like the old one, just because I wanted to play something while I was watching YouTube tutorials.
On how to play Super Mario?
No.
Yeah.
On how to use After Effects. And then I watched After We Collided, which is like a love film, like a romance film. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a joke about that.
Shut up.
Super Collider, I just met her.
Well, it's the second installment. So there's After, and then there's After We Collided. And there's supposed to be a third one coming. Just kind of interesting.
After.
Yeah, I have no idea what that title's going to be.
The Collider After Next.
Watched,
Electric Boogaloo.
what else did I watch? I feel like I watched a lot this week that I don't remember. I did.
Dun, 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 dun.
The suspense is killing me.
I know. Didn't get to play very much, gaming-wise. Oh, I did get to try Killer Queen, which was fun.
It's a super fun game.
It is. I got through the tutorial and I played like a couple of rounds. It was really fun. Definitely meant to bring my Switch with us so we could do that today, but we didn't.
You should just leave it in my house so I can play Smash.
No, I'm not going to leave it at your house. It's mine. I paid top dollar for it.
I paid full price.
Right?
Sticker price.
Right? What else did I do? I slept. That was fun.
You did what?
I slept.
What is that?
That's where you go to sleep. You rest.
Not familiar.
And that's pretty much it. Pat, how's your week been?
Pretty good. It's actually a slow news week, so that's one of the things that was just like actually looking for shit to report today. But there was no point in just canceling the episode, so fuck it, whatever. And then we had another episode. We'll figure that out.
Just hang out.
Yeah. Before the podcast, of course, we were playing what? We were playing Broforce.
So fun.
So fun.
We got to see the fucking the MJF and Chris Jericho promo that went fucking viral.
Shit,
That shit was fucking
yes.
great. The fucking musical.
That was good.
That was really good.
I enjoyed that.
AEW is still in that weird thing where they'll do stuff like that where I'm just like, that's pretty good.
I was
And
impressed.
then they'll do other stuff like on the upcoming episode that one of the sections that was pre-taped, one of the wrestlers, she got hurt because they botched a move and stuff like that. And again, when I've watched several just sections with Josh, like it's really bad when someone who just casually watches wrestling and isn't like looking for every thing, like when I'm watching, it's like the fucking Matrix in my head, analyzing the move and everything, and being like, oh, they did that, they did that move wrong and shit or whatever. But when Josh notices that sometimes the way they land on some of these moves, when they'll just like fucking like powerbomb them and their fucking neck is in the wrong position or something like that, and they could get killed.
Yeah,
that's where AEW needs a lot of fine tuning, along with the production, of course. Hell in a Cell was last night, unfortunately.
I'm seeing that
it was
on
shit.
my dashboard. Yeah. What was the?
It's just another pay-per-view.
No, but who was in it?
Oh, who's in it? That's the thing.
The wrestlers.
The very first match was.
Did Orange Cassidy wrestle?
The very first match was Jey Uso and Roman Reigns in an I Quit match. Which I Quit matches can be cool, but like only if. Depending on how they do it, you know what I mean? It's just like how extreme are they actually getting?
Who was
or whatever.
bleeding?
Yeah, exactly. But that was really weird. They kept doing a thing where Jay would be like, you know what, man? I ain't got time for any of that shit. After he's all right, like the guy on the fucking delay button is just like way fucking like he's like still on top of that.
Texting,
yeah, and it happened again later, and I didn't expect it. And he goes, "Yeah, that's right. I run this shit." And I'm just like, wow, he's already saying it. Why do you have
a button? Stop pressing the button.
And then later on,
wait, it's pay-per-view. Why even censor it?
Well, because it's still rated G now because that's WWE.
Yeah, but you say shit in the MCU.
It's not rated G though.
Yeah,
that's PG-13.
Oh, that's
which
true,
that's what AEW's rating is.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, I'm not even kidding. WWE Raw and SpongeBob have the same TV rating. That's actually that's just what it is, and this is exactly why they can't do a lot of the shit they used to. That's why when they bleed, they have to clean it up and everything. Yeah. But anyways, and there was another part later. I think it was Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. That was the only thing I liked. The match itself wasn't that good. Killer. But thankfully, Orton took the belt from McIntyre. Thank God, because I was just waiting for it, because McIntyre was getting built as this OP Hulk, so it's just like, he's just fucking one-shotting people. Him and Dolph Ziggler had a great match that just got, like, fucking... Dolph Ziggler was literally murdering him with all these moves, and McIntyre just has, like, 3 seconds of a power move and kills him. I'm just like, that's so bad. That's so bad. You actually give Ziggler a good match, and then you take it away from him by being like, but I'm still Drew McIntyre. Yeah. So anyway, seeing... Like, I made a social media post about it. Like, seeing that got me a bit of a semi-chub. Just seeing Orton take it away from him, I was like, yeah, the Legend Killer for real.
Okay,
so now, for those keeping track... He is now tied with Triple H for the second most belts behind Flair and Cena. Because Flair and Cena are 16, him and Triple H are now 14.
Shit, John Cena has 16 belts?
Yeah. That's just World Heavyweight. That's not US, that's not Intercontinental or anything. Like, literally has 16 world titles. That's like
deserved,
crazy.
But...
Damn. Yeah, him and Flair. I don't know if they ever let him break Flair, though, because they've had a few... title shots against AJ Styles and stuff like that where he doesn't win it, because everyone's wondering, will they let him break Flair's record? Because Flair's had that for as long as that mummy's been alive.
Maybe when he dies.
Maybe. That could be a thing.
I think they actually once talked about that
what if
in
they
an
retire
episode.
it and
did they?
I think, like, he kind of briefly mentioned it. It was like, oh yeah, if I won, I would have beaten your record, but...
Yeah, so I'm sure he brought it up.
Dude, what if they have Flair wrestle Cena to get the 17th?
That would be very interesting.
That would be so cool.
I don't... Flair, unfortunately, has had too many health complications
I just
lately.
assume Cena would just absolutely murder him.
Yeah, they would have to really sell it hard.
I feel like Cena would just step out and be like, no.
Flair would just have a heart attack.
His bicep would accidentally kill Ric Flair.
Right, like,
Flair coming down the ramp in a
walker. His
final words will be, woo!
Yeah, that's it. That's what he does. But yeah, that would be a great way to go after him. Everyone would remember it at least.
That would be respectful.
But yeah, there was something between Orton and McIntyre when he was just like, he did say some shit where he was basically like, yeah, well, fuck you. And I was just like, this is so bad. That's like 3 major times that they just missed the censor button completely. And that's, when you press that, there's a 5-second delay so you can do it on time. Right. You can delay the live showing by 5 seconds every time you press that button so you can do a beep. But they keep doing the 5-second delay, and then they fucking miss the fucking beep. I don't know. It must have been a new person in the production van that day, because that was just crazy how much they kept missing it. When it happened the third time, not just was the pay-per-view almost over already, but I was still like, really? Like,
okay.
You've had 3 opportunities. And yeah, exactly. And why did you even fucking bother? Right. But anyways, AEW's next pay-per-view is coming out. I already showed you guys how bad the last one was in terms of Matt Hardy getting hurt and a few of the other mistakes during that one. So hopefully this one will be better.
Yeah.
This is going to be the first year anniversary of their Full Gear pay-per-view, so we'll see. I do know they said that they're going to be focusing on Kenny Omega a lot this second year, so that'll be kind of cool, because Kenny Omega really hasn't been doing anything, and he's a great wrestler that they acquired from New Japan, and people have kind of felt that they're not doing much with him, because, I mean, he was in a tag team that had the championship belts, but he's known for being an amazing solo competitor, so to have this guy and just kind of like, you know, not really use him in his forte, we'll see how they go with that. I don't know if he's going to be a heel or whatever. They're kind of teasing that, but we'll see. That'd be kind of interesting. And then Borat 2 was not a fan.
Not a fan.
Yeah. Because I think in my post I put it best where I was just like, it wasn't even dated, it just wasn't funny. Like, if this came out when the original Borat did, where I laughed a few times at the original Borat, this one I wouldn't have. Because I was explaining to Josh, they were trying to do some sort of weird... not that the idea was weird. It was like a nice, wholesome idea where they were doing this coming-of-age woman's growth story, but it was laid into a Borat movie, which is not really known for being politically correct or wholesome. So they're trying to do... So Borat's just doing either straight-up racist shit or saying stuff, which... They're trying to build his character as a piece of shit, obviously. Even his daughter's kind of like, wow, my dad is a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's...
but minor spoilers, by the way, everyone. Anyways,
like whoever has
free Amazon Prime movie.
Right, exactly.
But anyways, and then so they're trying to do this like fight the patriarchy subplot.
Don't mansplain to me.
While trying to, like, do this whole thing over. I don't know, it's really weird. The other thing that didn't work for me is I hated the actress that played Borat's daughter. I thought she was shit and not funny once. Even when they're doing the period dance and everything like that, I didn't find it that funny. I was just kind of like, this could have been funny, but I don't know. I felt like she was trying way too hard to keep up with Cohen.
Way too much. Like,
yeah.
It was way too long.
Yeah, that's also the thing too.
Yeah.
They definitely did a lot of beating the dead horse with their jokes, where it was just like, yes, we get it. I mean, and then I felt a lot of it was also not super candid because, and he really just can't anymore because of the character that Borat's become. They kind of referred to that in the beginning of the movie where he's like, oh, every time I go to America, I get followed around or whatever. So they tried to cover their butts on that, but there were still way too many segments that I didn't believe were candid. Maybe they were, but I didn't believe they were. Like when they went to the house with the Republicans and they were just like, what's more dangerous, COVID-19 or Democrats?
Oh, the QAnons?
And they were just like, the Democrats. Yeah, and I was just like, I don't think that's real. I think those are all actors and they're being scripted.
I think those guys were actors, the cell phone guy was an actor, and the printer shop, the fax shop guy.
That guy was definitely an actor,
he was definitely
The other one I just thought was an actor too was the guy that they were trying to make it sound like they were having an abortion.
Yeah. Oh, the doctor, the priest.
But I didn't believe that either. No. I don't think that guy, I think that guy was an actor also. And I think that's the problem. See, when he in the Bruno movie or in the Borat movie originally, when they're getting bottles hurled at them or in these really hairy situations, I think he was really in this hairy situation. So this time around, it just felt so safe because everything was just scripted.
Like who Borat is.
Yeah. And then there's also
the fact that Giuliani got trolled by Borat in 2020 is just like...
Yeah, I know, that kind of tells you a little something too on the other side of things.
It's funny. I watched Borat 1 after 2, and I think it's better. I think it holds up better.
One after 2. Okay, I was going. God, I was going to say. I was going to say. But yeah, no, I believe so. I honestly will say there's still a lot of stuff that is cringy sometimes about Cohen's type of very brash humor. But the thing I tell people is you do have to look at it in an Always Sunny lens because Always Sunny gets this free pass every time where they do super fucked up shit. But because it's made very clear that these are characters that are not them, everyone seems to just let it slide. Yeah. A lot of people I know that are even really sensitive super left will be like, lol, Always Sunny Philadelphia, this episode was so fucked up, but laugh.
Yeah.
Not, this episode was fucked up, shut down Jerry Seinfeld, or something like that. You know what I mean? It's not that kind of, like, reaction. And so, with that being the case, I feel like with Cohen, you do have to try to put that on it, but, like, there are some times where it just doesn't work. Again, I didn't feel like the movie was any much more offensive, except for when he talks to those ladies at the synagogue, but but it wasn't as offensive as even his older stuff. I just felt it wasn't as good.
Where he goes in the full costume and everything.
Yeah. So I just didn't feel it was as good.
See, that just felt too forced.
And the thing is, like, just a couple years ago, when he did This Is America or whatever, and he played like just random
like a reporter
characters. Well, it was different people. But like that worked though because these aren't Bruno, Borat, and Ali G who everyone fucking knows. He went undercover and then did these new characters. That's why it worked again. He thought of a way around it where it's like, well, I'm not going to have my fucking, but I'm still Sacha Baron Cohen, obviously, so this show is still going to get greenlit.
Yeah.
But now I'm not going to be able to use my fucking proven character. So it was kind of a personal challenge to him, too, to try to, how do I do Ali G show again without my classic trademark characters?
I thought Country Steve fell really flat.
Well, yeah, a lot of, that, I don't know. To me, I still found a lot of the interviews in This Is America a lot more entertaining.
Yeah.
But... Ooh. Anyways, I still think so. Having done something that good recently makes me really disappointed in Borat 2 because I just feel like this is just a movie now. It is still a social commentary and stuff like that, political commentary. But with everything being so scripted, I just didn't feel it had the same impact as before when you were really exposing these shitty people. Now they're just actors being shitty people, which is normal.
One of the ones I liked were in the beginning, in the intro, where he's like, after Obama was elected president, allowed for other famous or powerful African men to become rulers, and then he showed that Trudeau in blackface. I was like, oof, fucking came for it.
Yeah, he did that.
Trudeau's pretty shitty, so.
Yeah.
All right, then.
I don't like that.
Anyways.
Before we move on, where can they find all your stuff, Miss Mallory?
You can find me on Instagram at awesome_Mally.
Mr. Josh?
Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, at Yoshiro Joestar, YouTube, ShiroPlay5.
Mr. Johnny Boy?
Gyarados Ekis.
There you go, at all the places. Edu Rocker at all the places, SlimAsianEntertainment.com, as well as DisconnectedCast.com. So you can find all that stuff there. Again, light news week, as I prefaced in the beginning, just because I was really surprised. I was really hoping with next gen literally around the corner, like next month, I believe,
Right.
if I remember correctly. I believe both consoles are launching
November 13th?
12,
Right?
I think.
12. So
I don't know.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That pause was just me kind of trying to remember, but I couldn't. But very soon, let's put it that way. We're just a couple of weeks from next gen. Now, with that being the case, though, there are kind of interesting stuff. Let's face it, we all kind of know that a lot of the titles are either going to be remasters or people playing backwards compatibility of old stuff. Just because at the very beginning, there's not going to be much. Again, I think on PlayStation, Demon's Souls is pretty much the only launch title I can really think of that I have even more than slight interest in.
Yeah,
Because I don't think there's anything else really coming out.
Yeah, I
Not at launch.
No.
That's the thing about all these presentations. We've had like several Sony experiences, and all of them is like 2022. There was one that was 2024, and with all that stuff, it was like some weird anime-looking one, and I was just like, "That looks cool." Oh shit, 4 years. Well, I guess I don't give a fuck for 4 years. So it's just one of those things where nothing was really like available at launch, which you think would be a good bragging point.
Yeah, so Xbox launches November 10th, so it's right around the corner, and then PS5 launches the 12th.
Yeah, so they really did.
It's
after much keeping that a secret from each side, they both finally decided, fuck it, and they're just both going to come out around the same time. Because Sony was considering moving into next year until Xbox made the firm assertion that we are coming out this year before they decided on November. They're like, we're going to come out before the year ends. So Sony was like, fuck, we can't be that far behind Xbox. We got to, So hopefully it doesn't cause either of them to have any issues like the Xbox 360's Red Ring or anything like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully that they are actually ready to come out. We'll see. But
it'll be
one of the
2 weeks as of tomorrow.
Cool.
Wow.
So as you guys are hearing this, it'll be 2 weeks.
Yep.
Or a fortnight.
Oh!
So one thing I found interesting is they mentioned a few things about... I'm not talking like... Yeah, can I fucking say something? Okay. Alright, anyways, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition is going to be coming to the Xbox Series X. I believe PS5 as well, but they didn't make a statement about PS5. Because this is actually pretty cool what they're adding. Even if you have an Xbox Series S, which is the lower model, both the X and S versions are going to run Devil May Cry 5 at 120 frames locked.
Nice.
With 3D audio if you have a 7.1 or above setup. Much heavily reduced loading times. The loading times weren't even that bad, but I mean, it's going to be even better. A new difficulty, turbo mode, and the ability to play as Virgil on both consoles.
Cool.
Nice.
Coming to Xbox Series X specifically on top of that is going to be native 4K resolution with DirectX ray tracing, so that game is going to look gorgeous. It already looks really cool on current gen, but Devil May Cry 5 is going to look amazing on Xbox. Yeah. So we'll see how when PlayStation finally launches some specs, but obviously this is going to be a big deal with that. So, and then,
honestly,
of course, this is one of the free upgrades.
Can't wait to play Skyrim on that.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, with all the upgrades that there's going to have, it is going to be a big difference.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be
so really
sweet.
cool.
Holy shit.
Oh, right. Something I kept forgetting to mention. I told Josh that if I mentioned to him at dinner the other night that I would finally remember to say it. WWE updated their whole statement on everything. There's been a lot of controversy around the WWE. Everyone's considered independent contractors, but WWE wants to dictate everything that they do, even though they're independent contractors, because they don't want to give them insurance. But basically, at first, WWE was like, you cannot have Twitch, YouTube, or any kind of third-party money source because we're paying you. So we should be the only ones, in your pocket, blah, 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 blah. Because there was a wrestler called Lana who had an energy drink deal. You have Xavier Woods who has a huge Twitch channel, et cetera, et cetera. And they were basically like, no. No, we're paying you already. But the thing is, and I think Jim Cornette put it best, if you were paying them enough, they wouldn't be doing this shit because you'd probably be, paying them enough. They'd be too scared to leave your thing. But the fact that none of them really flinched when they threatened that, then WWE kind of took it back a bit, and they were just like, okay, you can't use any WWE branded stuff or your name because they own some of their stage names. They're just like, you can't use that on your Twitch channel. And then everyone's kind of like more relaxed where they're just kind of like, okay, fuck it, I won't then.
Okay.
Right, like,
whatever.
Because WWE is basically like, oh, we won't use us to push your agenda or blah, blah, blah. So, but now it's just one of those things where I feel like that's just their compromise because no one was really looking to do that. Because especially before there was no real alternative. You had Ring of Honor and TNA, or now known as Impact for the last few years, where you're going to take a huge pay cut. So WWE knows that they were going to lose to that. With AEW now being a viable, where several of their competitors like Jericho, as well as Miro/Rusev went there now that there's someone paying like 80-90% of what WWE will pay, Now they're a little scared, and I think that's why WWE made that compromise. I feel like if AEW didn't exist, maybe this is giving AEW more credit than they deserve, but I feel like if they didn't exist and there was no true second place, they probably would have stayed firm on their fucking, like, don't do Twitch or YouTube, fuck you, you're fired. But now, they don't have much of a choice because they know they can lose talent if there's actual competition. So we'll see. I still think that's just WWE being shitty. I like how AEW just kind of tripled down with it by, like, showing people's Twitch channels in their name card and just being like, we don't care. So it's just one of those things where I don't know if that's just them doing that because they can or if they really don't care, but regardless, we'll see from there. I don't know if you guys saw the PS5 interface. They showcased that about a week or so ago. It looks just like Xbox One's tile system. So it's kind of funny how after everyone shits on Xbox...
How innovative!
How after everyone shits on Xbox for a whole generation about an ugly tile home system, PS5 has the tile home system now. It moves and looks very similarly. Because of that, there's no real wallpaper or anything like that because there's no space for one, just like on the original Xbox. So,
God damn it.
PS5 is now caught up with the Xbox One in terms of design. So now we have that as the UI. Outer Worlds Switch update came out. Sent footage of that. Watched a little bit of it. You definitely noticed a difference. Now, an issue that's still there is frame rate drops. Thankfully, it's not much worse ever since the textures got upscaled. But it's not better. And that's kind of like the big issue they're running into where it's still dropping to like 20 to 19 frames instead of... Because it's not a lock 30, obviously. And so... That's kind of a shame. But what it does show with how much they have improved the texture load in, and the fact that you can adjust the field of view now, shows that this really should have just got delayed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's been great. You know, I've had it since March, but at the same time, I haven't played it much since March because I can't look at it.
Yeah.
Now I can at least look at it. We'll see from there. I know when it gets a little busy on the screen with a lot of mobs and everything, that it starts to dip in performance. We'll see if it gets that bad, but...
Are you playing it docked, or are you playing it just...
Still handheld.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing is that just for the Switch, that graphic upgrade, or is that across the board?
No, that's only, well, no, it's because it's already, everything else is already higher resolution,
Yeah.
so it's just for Switch, though. But yeah, we'll see from there, but showing what they can do, and again, what we've seen from Witcher and what we've seen from Alien Isolation, unfortunately, it just really seems like should have waited. By the way, for those looking for their horror fix, Alien Isolation is only $20 on Switch right now, so more than worth getting. And it's actually on our docket right now because the developers, Creative Assembly, actually recently came out and talked about how Sega didn't even want that game to come out.
Wow.
When the game was originally pitched as an idea before its release in 2014, Creative Assembly threw that out. They were just like, oh, we want to do like an Alien Outlast, like because Outlast was hot back then and everything, and all this type of first-person horror games were hot, Amnesia.
Yeah.
So they were just like, what if Alien, but that style? So it's like, you know, you have the
Great
scaredness
concept.
of not being able to fucking fight back. You're not fucking Commando Man. You're fucking scared. You're fucking using your radar. Where the fuck is the Xenomorph? I gotta get through this fucking ship.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. But Sega apparently immediately shut that down. It was just like, work on a fucking real game. We don't want to blah, blah, blah. So what Creative Assembly did is, behind the scenes, secretly, while working on a few other games for Sega, they actually completed Alien Isolation in the background. Then when they had the game finished, they said, all right, about that Alien game we're talking about, blah, 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 blah. And then apparently it looks so good that Sega was just like, right, the one we wanted, right? They didn't really play it that dickishly, but they were basically like, all right, you know what, it looks good, fuck you guys, we'll do it. But
Sony?
I know, it's kind of like a very Sony-esque thing, but yeah, no,
Yeah,
I mean, I get where Sega's coming from, because before Alien Isolation, these guys are the only ones who made like the Total War strategy games. So you can kind of see when a studio who makes fucking RTS little mans running across the maps,
then they want to make
fucking want to make Alien Isolation first person, you know, whatever. Yeah. I get the reservation, but they did such a good fucking job. You should have given them a chance. I get it. That's easier said than done because it's not my millions of dollars.
And then also almost every game with Alien slapped on it has been bad.
Yeah, that's true too. Very good point.
Coma sucks.
Yeah, and then Colonial Marines was just a literal lie.
That's Coma.
Because Randy Pitchford.
Colonial Marines Coma. Aliens
Coma.
Oh,
I just
colloquially Coma because you play it and it puts you in a coma.
Oh yeah, but anyways, Randy Pitchford's a liar, so there's that. What else? Oh, one of my favorite games that I play on Switch. It's not just on Switch, but I like to call it a Switch game because it's on there. My Time at Portia. It's a game that really could have benefited from multiplayer because it's like a crafting, open world game and everything like that. With your little farming missions, it's got a little cute farming aesthetic and everything. A lot of fun, but the only reason I didn't really push it too hard was just because I was just like, well, I don't really want to have anyone to play with. This game would kind of be fun. You just kind of keep thinking in the back of your head, this game would be fun with multiplayer. Now, they haven't said if they're ever going to have multiplayer in this current one, but they are doing a sequel to My Time in Portia, which is great. It's going to enter early access in 2021. If Baldur's Gate 3 has shown anything, sometimes you shouldn't go into early access. Yeah. But we'll see there. It's called My Time at Sandrock, so instead of My Time at Portia, now you're going to be in a new town. Okay. My Time at Gundam Sandrock.
Yeah. Sandrock
is in development for PS4, PS5, PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Switch. So, everything.
Nice.
Which is exciting because, again, it's a good game. If you ever do see it on a big sale, it's a definitely good, fun single-player game, but as you're, like, mining for resources and building your house and stuff like that, I can always guarantee you're going to have that thought in your head, especially with games like Minecraft and shit existing. You're going to be like, God damn, I wish I could play with a friend. Even if it's just one other friend. Maybe not like 4 people because the game would probably get bogged down. But even just one other person, it would have been really fun. And it's still fun individually, but good stuff. So yeah, again, My Time at Sandrock. That's an interesting thing. It's kind of funny. Is there Sandrock.
Is there an Otaku Death South?
Right. No, that'd be a wish. Well, speaking of Baldur's Gate, because we didn't cover it, this kind of happened in between episodes last time. Baldur's Gate 3 recently went into early access, and unfortunately, there's some performance issues, but then again, it's also running on an early build, and this is why I think sometimes you should just, actually all the time, you should just keep it in the oven until it's baked. This is literally the fucking equivalent of opening the pie halfway through and being like, have a slice.
There you go.
It's raw! And just fucking throwing it on the ground. And you're just like, this is shit. This is shit. Oh, yeah, well, because it's early. So there's a lot of graphical issues, a lot of performance issues, frame rate drops. The game looks gorgeous, but it's hard to enjoy when the guy starts moving like this on the screen. So, unfortunately. But the Baldur's Gate series is normally really good. So I'm hoping that by the time they reach the end of the cycle, the development cycle is actually out, it'll be good. I get it, you want to give people an incentive to pre-order. We really are in a time where pre-orders are still a thing, but not too many people are doing it anymore. With the growth of Let's Players and streamers, a lot of people are really just waiting for a game to come out. Jim Sterling recently put out a video that explained very well the delusions of the developer and what influencers in streaming platforms really bring to the table. Because a lot of it, and I mean, we've been talking about this since I was on the old Let's Play channel, where a lot of developers have this weird fear that's just like, oh, the person, they're just gonna, if we allow Devil May Cry 5 to be a Let's Play, no one's gonna buy the game. Not true. In fact, several times, including Yakuza 4, is one example off the top of my head I can say for sure, that Super Best Friends got me into. If I didn't watch them play it, Deadly Premonition as well, if I didn't watch them play it, I would have never heard / bought of those games. So it really brings you down to the point where I've had more examples. Yeah, there's been a couple of times where I'm like, wow, that looks like shit, and walked away from it. But there's more times that I said, yo, I need to pick that up, than I need to stay away from that. Because being completely transparent, I wasn't going to buy a lot of those games. I say that too anyways. So the games that, it's more being introduced into these more, obviously if they're playing a game that everyone else is playing, Among Us, Fortnite, that's not really helping anybody. But for the smaller games and smaller developers, like when Devolver has a new game that maybe people haven't heard of, it's good stuff for that. And basically his whole point of his video is there's more proof of it being helpful than harmful. Yeah. But all video game industry, especially Nintendo and everyone who's old man and doesn't understand this new hip world we live in, I was just like, fuck that, man. You guys can't, Nintendo will let you do it if you're with partnership program. Yeah. And you give them like 60, 70% of your earnings.
Jesus.
But, yeah, I know. Yeah. It's really bad. So. Recently, Igarashi, who, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night and Castlevania.
My man.
Recently announced a port of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night for iOS and Android. So you want to have a little phone game that's got a bit of challenge and good stuff, it's going to be available on that platform soon.
Nice.
Mandalorian Season 2 is coming out, this Friday? Or just came out?
I've never seen Mandalorian.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's alright. Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm ready for it.
There's a special edition Xbox controller coming out with it that looks really cool. Ooh. It does come with the charge stand, so it's $170, but that's for the controller and the matching charge stand. So if you were to buy those separately, that would also be a lot. But yeah, that's very cool. It looks nice. Kind of looks like a Gears of War thing almost, like the design a bit, because it looks very, modern-y. But that's also because Star Wars has very modern-looking shit. It looks like armor. But yeah. And then finally,
So it
Finally
drops
already?
on
I know, right?
October 30th.
There you go.
2020.
Holy shit, that looks... Wait, is that the one? I see a lot of things on
Sorry.
there.
No.
Or is that just a Boba
That's
Fett
just a
skin?
random Boba Fett one.
I'm trying to find that one.
Boba Fett is a Mandalorian.
No.
The Mandalorian.
No, according to the lore, he's not. I've heard.
Wait, what? Are you saying he's not a Mandalorian?
That's what I heard.
But he is a Mandalorian, though. He's like actually a Mandalorian. Like that's his race.
No, I heard according to the lore he's not, because Django was like, he wasn't actually a Mandalorian. He just stole the armor and adopted like the lifestyle or something.
Oh, did he?
Like that.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, it's.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know that much. I'm not that much of a nerd about fucking that motherfucker.
It's this one.
But you're right. It does look very Gearsy.
This one.
Yeah. Oh, you found it also. Yeah.
Oh, well.
It does look like Gears.
It does.
All right, and then final story. I can't believe we're there already.
Right?
It's very short.
Well, that's the thing. There really wasn't much in the news week. This is like the only real noteworthy
so
thing.
much better. It's like metal and everything too.
Oh, nice.
It's a custom.
Anyways.
Some good news for Sony people instead of just talking about how there's copying Xbox. To end it on a positive note
Sony!
For PS4, several games have been patched recently, including Last of Us Remastered, and the load times is almost as if you have a solid state.
Yes.
Nice.
They've somehow optimized. Now at the end of the lifespan, Sony decided, well, fuck it, we'll make your games pranks.
We'll finally get there.
These games could load fast in the beginning, but we got you. We got you for the last 5 years. Got him. Got him, coach. So, yeah, that's what happened.
They're all high-fiving.
Or it's been 6 years already.
Since,
Since PS4 was
5
released?
years?
5 was my initial.
No, because it wasn't a launch title, Last of Us Remastered.
No, the consoles.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Last of Us.
Consoles.
PS4 was released in 2013.
Oh, wow.
7 years.
7 years. And then so 7 years later, these games that came out 7 years ago, they're like, hey guys, got him. Hey guys, these games can actually load super fast.
No.
We were fucking around. We got him, guys.
We got him.
It was a big prank, 7-year prank. So we got you.
Playing the long
really
game,
doing
alright.
So we'll see. If they can just patch Bloodborne to actually run at 60 frames and not a shitty 30, then we'll be talking.
Yeah,
Then we'll be talking.
I won't be talking. Y'all will be talking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll be talking.
Yeah,
You won't be.
I won't be.
But yeah. Anything else? Everyone's good. Any stories?
Saw
Wrap
an
it up?
article on GameSpot about
What's
how they asked him, because they asked Philly Spence if he's going to, let me just pull up the article.
While John does that, we're gonna dance. Yeah, there we go. That's it, guys. Welcome to the
We'll see you next
dancing
week.
stalling
Dance
podcast.
Cast. No, here it is.
Okay.
Future Bethesda title. This is the title of the article. It says, Future Bethesda games don't need to be on PS5, says Xbox Phil Spencer. And then the actual quote is, we have xCloud and PC and Game Pass in our console base. I don't have to go ship those games on any other platform other than the platforms that we support in order to kind of make the deal work for us, whatever that means. And then he left it really vague at the end there. So yeah, that was in response to asking about whether or not Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be on the PS5. Of course, Ghostwire is going to be on there already.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? I saw it here. Okay, I lost it now. But anyway, yeah. So that was that. I saw that and I was going to send it to you. Oh, Deathloop. That was the other game.
Oh, right. Deathloop looks a lot different than it did when it first launched. When it first came out, it looked like it was going to be like this really grimy thing, but now it almost looks like Borderlandy bright in the actual gameplay. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, it seems kind of cool. At least the Deathloop concept of the game will explain why you die and can keep playing.
Yeah.
Instead of some other shit which never usually makes sense. Or it's just like, oh, you just load it in.
But it looks cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's like Altered Carbon, the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no Bethesda titles for you, Sony.
I mean, I don't think that's true. I think that's someone misquoting Phil Spencer and just trying to turn it into a turf war.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't make any sense. Xbox or Microsoft will make more money if it comes out on all platforms than it will if they keep it only on their platform.
That's not really a Microsoft thing to do. That's like a Sony thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of a Sony thing to do, to just cockblock everybody like Spider-Man. Like, how shitty are you of a company? Let's end it on this note.
Yes.
Sony, listen up. How shitty of a fucking company are you when you won't cockblock the game? All right, you won't stop a game. You'll just take one character out, like a dick. You won't be like, you know what? I'm going to throw all the money out. Xbox can't even have Marvel's Avengers. No, you go, I just want Spider-Man.
Right? Like,
No
they
Spider-Man,
just
though.
took Spider-Man.
I'm fucking stupid. I want Spider-Man. So I don't
That's
know.
mine.
This is the
That's mine.
yeah. That's the kind of Again, I agree with you. That definitely sounds more like a Sony stupidity move than a Microsoft one. So we'll see.
Yeah. I don't think Microsoft makes moves like that very often.
Not normally. They're normally like for example, let's buy Minecraft and leave it alone.
Yeah.
Like so that's usually kind of the decision they
let
make.
them do what they want.
Yeah, exactly. That's typically what they do. So we'll see from there. But yeah, other than that. You can catch us like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You can catch us
30 minutes
almost.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the stall, yeah. You can catch us every Monday except for this week.
Right.
And then the other weeks, we're just keep getting pushed over.
Right.
And over.
Trying to hit that 10-minute mark for you
every
too.
week at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Until the next episode, we will catch you guys then. Even though I don't think any of us are going to have next-gen consoles in the next couple of weeks.
Probably not.
All right then. Anyways.
Find a new laptop.
See ya.
Bye.
Delayed by.
John needs to get John needs to get
5 seconds later.
Oh, I do need to get a Switch.
You do need to get a Switch.
Buy me a Switch.